All right, welcome everybody to our Signpost webinar series. We're glad to have you all here with us today as we're going to be discussing one of the most important topics to date, making sure you're connected with your customers. We're going to make this really easy for you to remember who's talking to you today. My name is Kelly Hobbs and joining me is Kelly O'Keefe.
Hi everybody, thanks for joining us.
Now, as always, we'll be recording this webinar and sending it out via email for you to go back to if needed. You can also check out our YouTube channel for this and all other webinars that we've done in the past. If you have any questions during the presentation, there is a chat box. You can access it at any time, and we'll address them at the end. Now, as a business owner, chances are you're using multiple services and software to keep track of your day-to-day operations. This can mean your customer contacts are scattered across different platforms. We want to make sure all of your customer contacts are in one place so we can reach out to the right people at the right time to help better your online reputation. There are currently 4 different ways to add customers and prospects into your account. So let's take a look into each one.
Right now, contacts can be added into your account through our ever-evolving integrations, interactive voice response, connecting a customer-facing email address, and through manual list uploads. We find the most value in our integrations, and we want to make sure that you have them connected if possible. Our integration tools are a great way to ensure that your contact list remains as full and as up-to-date as possible by syncing with your additional software accounts to pull in customers' names, email addresses, phone numbers, and in some cases, their transaction history. Our integrations are really built to drive more value. So the 3 key things that we want to do with our integrations are automate your messaging, eliminate manual effort, and help you get more out of all of your software platforms. So we integrate with industry-specific CRMs, accounting softwares, payment systems, and more.
Now, the first 3 integrations we're going to focus on today, they work purely to grab your contact's name, email, and phone number from other systems that you're currently using or have used in the past. Constant Contact is an email marketing company many of our customers have used to manually send their campaigns. If the contact has an email address, they will automatically be subscribed to an email marketing from Mia. If the contact only has a phone number, they will be pulled into the system, but we won't be able to automatically subscribe them to text marketing. To do so, they would need to legally opt in through one of 2 approved methods that we'll take a look at later. If a contact unsubscribes in Constant Contact, Mia will sync that information and unsubscribe them from Signpost campaigns as well. That's not going to work in reverse. If they do unsubscribe from Signpost, it will not sync over back into the Constant Contact account. Now, similarly, MailChimp is another email marketing company, just like Constant Contact. The parameters of information that we're able to pull into the Signpost system are the same. Again, if someone in MailChimp unsubscribes, we'll sync that information over into our system. And lastly here, Homeadvisor is one of the most popular services used by a large group of our merchants to get new leads and schedule services. This integration will automatically add Homeadvisor contacts into Signpost so that we can market to them more quickly and effectively. Mia will only sync new Homeadvisor leads that come in after the integration is set up. We do not sync existing leads. If you want to add those existing leads, you'll have to go ahead and export a list from them and upload it into your Signpost account. New synced leads will be assigned to the prospective customer lifecycle stage. Remember, the new customer campaigns or feedback in your system are the first campaigns to send to prospective customers. So make sure that you've created your new customer campaigns. If you're not sure how to do this, you can go ahead and check our YouTube channel for our prior webinar on lifecycle stages, or log into your account and chat with a support rep.
The next few integrations we're going to go over are transaction-based integrations. So that means that we're able to grab the customer's information and reach out to them shortly after they've made a purchase, while that experience is still fresh in their mind. Because of this, we know that accounts with transaction-based integrations see 2 times more reviews than those that don't have them connected. So QuickBooks accounting software provides tools to manage your customers, vendors, inventory, and finances. For security purposes, QuickBooks Online software will automatically disconnect from your Signpost account after 1 year. At that time, you'll simply need to follow the steps in your Merchant Center again to connect the account for another year. Contacts that are brought in from QuickBooks will be assigned the active customer lifecycle stage. Customers that are in the active lifecycle stage are eligible to receive feedback, reviews, and active customer campaigns. So be sure to have an active customer campaign set up. Square is a payment solution that's very widely used. With this integration, when a customer makes a payment in Square and submits their email with the payment, we sync that contact and payment information into the Signpost Merchant Center so we can follow up. All forms of payment will be synced, whether it's a credit card payment, gift card, cash, or check. And if a contact opts out of marketing in Square, they'll also be unsubscribed in Signpost, although this does not work in reverse. We also do have an integration with Stripe. So if you use Stripe as your payment solution, we'll be able to sync your Stripe customers with their name, email, and phone number. Stripe charges, invoices, and orders will all be synced into your Signpost Merchant Center as transactions. One of the most popular services used by our customers to send invoices and receive payments is PayPal. PayPal has two main ways of taking payments, so an invoice or a transaction. We can sync the contact data from either one of these. The only thing to be aware of here is that an invoice does allow for a partial payment, so a contact may be pulled into our system before their invoice is paid in full. Contact data will only be pulled into Signpost for invoices and transactions that take place after this integration has been set up. Our newest integration is Freshbooks, which is an all-in-one small business invoicing and accounting solution. Freshbooks clients may have their first name, last name, email, mobile phone, business phone, and a home phone stored, and we'll attempt to sync all of this information into the Signpost contact profile. Your Freshbooks invoices will be synced as Signpost transactions and will only follow up once that invoice is paid. An important thing to note here, though, is that our integration is only compatible with FreshBooks New. So if you're a FreshBooks Classic user, you can connect that software through our Zapier integration.
Now, our Zapier integration that Kelly just mentioned is very different from the others that we just touched on. Zapier is not a CRM or a payment solution. It's actually a platform that allows you to set up connections between Signpost and a large number of other softwares. If you're using systems such as Acuity, Wave, Shopify, HubSpot, or Google Forms, Zapier is a way to create an integration for them. To start, you would create a free Zapier account and search for the systems you are using to see if there is an available pre-built connection. You then choose which connection points or zaps make the most sense for your business. You may need to upgrade to a paid account depending on the system you are connecting with or the amount of data being transferred over. Now, when creating your connections or zaps, you need to choose a trigger. There are 5 triggers you'll see listed here, which we use to grab contacts. If you're using a scheduling system regularly, you can use a create appointment trigger. This way, whenever you book an appointment that has a contact attached to it, it will be pulled into Signpost. If you're using a payment platform that we don't already have an integration with, you can connect it with the create transaction trigger, which will pull in the contact details whenever a payment is made. As we mentioned before, we see a lot of success with these types of integrations, so we highly encourage you to explore them. You can also use this to update contacts through phone call interactions, email interactions, or just making sure to update a contact in your other system and make sure that that goes over into Signpost as well. Now, this setup is a little more complex than our other integrations, so to help you out, we have a step-by-step guide in our Help Center. There's a training video available, and we have members of our support team dedicated to helping walk you through the setup process.
Interactive voice response is a great way to encourage all inbound callers to join your text marketing list. The more customers that you're able to reach with a marketing campaign by text message, the more engagement you'll get, since text messages have an extremely high open rate. And 43% of customers are more likely to make a purchase when mobile offers are part of your multi-channel campaign. So your messages will get to your customers faster and they'll be able to take action a lot faster as well. You can find your text marketing number under the phone section in your settings tab, and that phone number will forward directly to your local business line. There are two ways that customers can opt into text marketing. So they can either call your tracking phone number and press 1 during the interactive voice response greeting, or they can just text start to the tracking phone number.
Next up, we have Email Connect. This is one of the more unique features Signpost has. It allows you to attach your customer-facing email account to the system, so Mia can pull in any email addresses that have interacted with it. So anyone who sends or receives an email from this account will be pulled in as a customer contact. There are a few things to consider when using Email Connect. First, who do you typically interact with using this email account? While your mom may want to write you a great review, she may not want to receive your monthly newsletter or updates on the hours of operation. We want to focus on accounts that are primarily used for contacting customers or business contacts. Historic data will be pulled in, so if you've used this account in the past for personal contacts, you may want to clean it up before you actually connect it to the system. Now with this connection, we typically add contacts and subscribe them automatically for outreach. If you do want to monitor these contacts more closely, you can opt to pull them in as unsubscribed so that you can review them and subscribe them at a later date after review. Our last option for getting contacts is a manual upload. This is a great option if you've been keeping a contact list in a file on your computer or using a system we don't have any way of integrating with. We encourage you to upload any files you may have and then exploring an integration to be used to help automate your processes moving forward. If you're uncomfortable with integrations or it's just not an option at this time, we recommend you do regular uploads. For example, I have a few merchants I work with who set themselves a calendar reminder on the first Tuesday of each month, where they'll go ahead and spend a few minutes exporting the past month's contacts and uploading them right into the Signpost system. It's quick and it keeps their contacts up to date. Now, when doing uploads, you are also able to create lists to segment your contacts. This can help you to target them with specific campaigns moving forward. If you get a group of contacts from a specific event, you can label them as such, so you know where you interacted with them initially. You can also upload to a specific lifecycle stage. This way, if you have emails from an ad you ran, you could upload them as a prospect, so the system sends them your new customer campaigns, geared towards making them a new customer with you. Now, when doing uploads, don't worry about duplicates. The system will identify any duplicate contacts and make sure that they're only in the system once.
At this point, now that we've gone over all the ways to get contacts into the account, we do want to open the floor up to some questions. So if you do have any questions that have come up, please feel free to chat them in and we will answer them as they come in. We also want to remind you of a couple of other ways that you can get in touch with us if you have some questions that come up later on. We encourage you to log into your Merchant Center and use the chat feature. We can respond to chats a lot faster than calls, so that's a great way to get a hold of us. And to stay up to date with all things Signpost, we urge you to follow us on social media. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
All right, I don't see any questions coming in the chat, so just make sure, go ahead and log into your account and chat one of our support representatives if you do have any questions.
Lastly, just as a reminder, we do have a referral program. So if you know any businesses that could benefit from Signpost services, please send them our way. If you do send somebody our way that signs up with Signpost, you do get rewarded with $250.
All right, we'll hang out here for a few more minutes just in case anybody does want to chat and questions, but thanks for joining us today.